football startup in Gothenburg, Sweden aims to become the first company in Sweden that will receive the certificate company-friendly menstruation. But as far as the staff is really willing to talk about menstruation. Chairman of the company Forza Football Patrick Arnson says that, do not think about the menstrual cycle, until one of the employees not offered the firm to participate in the pilot project, which aims to overcome the taboos around the topic of menstruation.
No one ever told me that I should go home because of PMS, says Mr. Arnson. And then I realized that the problem exists and I hadn't even thought about it.
PMS, or premenstrual syndrome, is the name for the symptoms experienced by some women before menstruation, in particular, mood changes, nervousness, anxiety, irritability and fatigue. Often women also experience headache and cramps before menstruation or during it.
Each woman's symptoms may vary and from time to change.
The project in Gothenburg is engaged in a public organization Menses, which late last year received a grant in the amount of 530,000 400 from the State Agency for Gender Equality of Sweden. Since the beginning of March, the organization invites the entire staff to discuss the topic of menstruation and related seminars. The results will take the basis of certification programs in which the organization seeks to implement on a national or even international level. Project manager Mensen Clara Rydström says that although Sweden has a good reputation for supporting the rights of women, in many companies there is still a stigma of discussing the topic of menstruation.
But that's what we must say, because this is a normal function of the body. It's like when you're thirsty, have to drink water, or if you're hungry, you have to go to lunch, explains Mrs. Rydström.
Forza Football, which employs 60 employees, a third of them women, have introduced some modifications, for example, placed in the toilets as free of sanitary hygienic products.
Women are encouraged to talk to colleagues when they decide not to come to work due to PMS, or even to inform about your cycle and symptoms to others if they feel comfortable to talk about it.
I really become sad and lose all confidence. It is difficult to meet, which need to be focused and positive, says software developer and project manager Lisa Hammerström.
When women are under the influence of hormones, is this the excuse to do nothing? It's hard to say because I've never been in their place, says Sayer, adding that he hopes to have more information due to the project. I think it is important to understand that some girls suffer more than others and that we should try to be sensitive to such situations, says the manager.
Although Forza Football is the only company that is working on obtaining a certificate, the information in the media regarding the project has encouraged other companies to follow suit. In Stockholm, Prairie Agency A Perfect Day Media caused a sensation in the local press, inviting their employees to make the days in your cycle file. We work hard to ensure that women have the same rights as men, but the reality is different for many women suffering from PMS, premenstrual dysphoria or endometriosis. For us this is an important fight, explains the founder of the company. Columnist at the Swedish newspaper Svenska Dagbladet Ivar RP, who is now writing a book on gender ideology, believes that the idea that women need special treatment nourishes anti-feminism, the old arguments that men and women are not equal because the female body can't work properly during the whole month. I don't think my period must be around my boss, and I think that in the workplace it is important to maintain a professional atmosphere and not to get personal, says the journalist of the Swedish newspaper Expressen Linda Enneland. Josephine Eklund, who works in the department of branding Forza Football, said that even educated women may lack knowledge about PMS and premenstrual dysphoria. She suffered from severe headaches and fatigue, not previously associated with the menstrual cycle.
I always take 2 days off in a month, explains Mississippi. Eklund.
Clara Mensen Rydström with hopes that the project will also encourage men to be more open about their health and well-being in the workplace. This opens up space to discuss other issues that relate to the male body or the working environment in general. So I think that it applies to everyone, says Mrs.
Rydström.